Okay, so good morning, everybody, and once again, welcome back in today's class. Today, we are on the day number 14. So, yesterday, what we discussed is about the risk. Okay, and what we are going to be discussed now, mainly it's a theoretical part. So, we saw that risk is something which is likelihood, which start with the concept of the threat, have a vulnerability, and then we have a risk. We see that risk management means where we have to be ensure that the how to be handle the potential negativity or negatively impact of that particular risk. Okay, but what the GRC says here, GRC says that in the risk there are the multiple activities need to be do. So like if I take example, let's say you need to be travel. Okay, might be traveling from flight or via car, via bike. Now to minimize your risk, you take care of few other things. Like or let's say you have a function in your house. Okay, you have a function in your house. You always keep few fund as a reserve, and you always know that how much capacity you can spend. So that thing is called the risk activities. It means that in this particular area we determine that what is my risk appetite. In normal words, what is the meaning of the appetite? Means that kind of a hungriness that yes, up to this level I can be okay. So we'll see that what is about organization appetite about the risk, up to what level I can bear it. Then my risk management policy, the way the policy we have in our compliance, something similar we have in the risk as well. अब policy है तो उसका assessment भी है. Now, if you know that in our organizations we have a fire drill happen. Why it happened? So that when the actual fire happen, people can fight, people can handle it. What is the risk behind that? The policy behind that? That in every floor, in every bay, there will be one fire warden. He in his seat or her seat, they have some yellow kind of a thing on the top. The name is mentioned. All the things will be there, and they do the assessment. They put the fire alarm, false fire alarm, and they will do the assessment that particular part. So we will do the assessment as well. And risk is also having with the controls. And finally, we measure it. So now if I say that if this is the case, then overall risk management program is like this. First, we have to be identify the risk and prioritize. Now, as I say, give example that if you have a marriage or a big function in your home, you identify the few type of risk. If my guests arrive late, if catering is not good, which I need to be fixed first? Shall I fix the guest? Shall I fix the catering? Once you do this part, and this will be done in the risk assessment, identify, then risk response. Because if you see this, what did it say? This one, sorry. Identify and treat. तो ये वो है, identify and prioritize. Treatment will be there. Then we see that how to respond. That means, see, one more thing important here, that we cannot completely decommission, completely remove the risk. We can always minimize the risk. So how to, what to make this risk as a response, what control we have on the place. मतलब ये control, the same control is the key coming from the policy as well. What is designed for that and what is control implementation. And to respond to risk, we need these supporting factors: internal control, policy, standards, organization structure, business strategy, IT strategy. Everything is required. IT want to fix some response, but business don't want. Business said, let keep it, no problem. So now in the few slides, we are going to be discuss the few terms about the risk, which we are going to be used in the our practical scenario. So first of all, risk framework. We have entity framework. We see the policy and its framework. Now, what is the risk framework? What is ITL? Atul, it's kind of a framework. What is Prince2? It's kind of framework. What is corporate? It's kind of framework. Agile, it's kind of framework or methodology. In the same manner, we have a risk framework. Is used to manage a numerous risk statement. What does the statement means? That if you will not able to do that particular thing, that is a statement. You are traveling from car and you're not able to reach at your destination. That is a statement. What is a framework? When you add multiple these kind of statements, if you not reach on time, I might lose conference. Like today example, I'm not able to get a prop on time. What is risk? We lose our half an hour. I lose a trust from you guys that, oh my God, Atul did not inform and he did not start the class. We were waiting now. So in the risk framework, we have a numerous statement more efficient. Sorry, statement more efficiently. Organization can this one. Organizations can define a risk framework group of similar statements. You're traveling from car if you're not able to reach on your destination. Let's say 10 things can be happen. Can we categorize the 10 things? That is called the risk framework. So like we have a control, we have the we have the control objective, we have the parent objective as well. Same manner, we have a risk and the hierarchy of the risk as well. Now question comes, Atul, what type of risk you are saying? We'll discuss in the slides. Risk statement, a potential risk. There were two things. In a risk, which I know that it will be happen. Second, it is a potential risk. I'll give an example as well. Okay. You're traveling from the car. So I'll show you something here. This is what I'm saying. You're traveling from a car. It's a very long drive, might be 8-9 hours. What are the factors that affect your journey that you not able to reach on time on your destination? Give example. What do you think? What are the factors that can impact your journey if you're traveling by
Not
car to a
enough.
specifically? Sorry?
Yeah, not enough fuel, or
Okay.
and then maybe tire puncture.
tire breakdown, let's say. Okay. What else? What do you think?
mm, road blockage,
Road blockage, right? Okay. Weather condition. Yes. Your own health. Because if you're not well, you're not able to drive properly and you will speed little low. It means in this world, there are few risks which we cannot control. You're driving by a car and there is a heavy rain. Can you control it? Tell me, can you control it?
no appeal.
No. These type of risk is called the inherent risk, where you don't have any kind of a mitigation action, but you assume that it will happen. और इनका impact और likelihood की combination में चलता है. इनका impact भी heavy होगा. Let's say you're going for a long drive and suddenly it start raining so heavily that the visibility is becoming zero. Or in the winter days, the fog is there, which you cannot control. So these are the risks which we cannot, risk without the mitigation action. इनका कोई action नहीं है. Bad weather, as you say, car breakdown. Now, what are the residual risk? Now, you know that you need to be travel from one place to another place, okay, via car. What you can do to reduce the risk so that you can reach on time? What you can do to reach on the destination on time? First, make sure you repair your car before you travel. Make sure you have a good sleep before the travel. Your phone is fully charged. Your car is fully up and working, but still you're not able to reach on time. Like in my example, I put alarm, but I switch off the alarm. These are called the residual risk. Means you the risk will be still there, but you are minimizing the impact. That you know that how to fix the puncture or how to change the Stephanie. But Stephanie तो एक ही होता है गाड़ी में, maximum दो. If all tire get flat, means I know there is a risk, but with these actions, I am reducing the risk. And this is called mitigating action or controls. They can decrease, they can minimize, लेकिन खत्म कभी नहीं होता risk. There will be a risk always. So this is what the risk type that we're discussing. So risk statement says a statement about a potential risk that can occur anywhere. कहीं भी हो जाए. And it work like a template for us. A risk statement, okay, that is a repetition only. Risk statements serve as a template to generate risk per entity. Based on the statement, we link it with the entity. Because don't forget, the fundamental is still same here as well. ये देखो ये रहा. कंट्रोल एंड एंटिटीज आर हेयर ओनली, ये रिस्टेटमेंट एंटिटी से ही लिंक होंगी। कंसेप्ट वही है यहाँ पर, फंडा वही है यहाँ पर अभी। I can show this one. See, entities, control objectives and risk statements, यहीं से निकल के आना। देखो ये हम इसकी बात कर रहे हैं। एग्जाम्पल आईटी परफॉर्मेंस पेरेंट, उसका एग्जाम्पल इनएडुकेट और इरेगुलर बैकअप, inadequate network management, and then it linked with some objective. Means 1, 2, 3. These three things are fixed. Thus, the adding factor is risk statement. Under this, we have risk. Under this, we are talking about the risk. और risk क्या है? It is a specific occurrence. Now we say that there are few events which we call as a natural calamity. Flood, now tsunami as well. These are kind of considered as a natural calamity. So this is the specific occurrence of a statement on a single entity. Risk statement can be on the type as well. So if you see the screenshot, risk statement is on the type, but risk will be always on the entity. A entity can have a multiple risk, or entity has a one-to-one risk. Within each risk record, you can define ownership documents, define response body, everything will be there. And risk has a life cycle. Identify करो, analyze करो, evaluate करो, treat करो और monitor करो. Even though risk statement also have a cycle now, life cycle. Because you cannot say that yes, this is a risk statement. We have to give a proper approval. Companies may, you cannot say that okay, there is a risk. What is the proof that, sorry, what is the evidence that it is a risk statement? On which basis you are saying? So yesterday I was discussing with one of my client. He says that Atul, we want a guidance on the group management. I said okay. I said in my previous accounts, I asked my users or asked my customer to use a kind of a naming convention. You can put department name, then you can put the function name, then you can put the tier. And if you want, you can go up to the location level as well. Then they say, is it written somewhere by ServiceNow? They need a kind of a evidence, because then they will take my words as a confirmation and they will build their groups as per that particular requirement. Then we have a risk library where all the risk frameworks and risk statements sit together. So this one, इसके ऊपर risk framework है एक. Let's see if something is there. Statement, ये देखो ये framework. Framework and statement is one-to-one relationship. Sorry, many-to-one relationship. Under this we have a risk. With this we have a template. Response task. So like we have an indicator, we have a response. So we are going to be discuss this red and green. रिस्क रिस्क इवेंट्स है और उसके टास्क है. So what is the risk library? Where you keep everything, statement and framework. What is risk register? Mainly if anybody of you who work in the problem management, you know better that what is risk register. I was getting an issue again and again. I created a problem record. My problem team analyzed that problem record and they say that we have to be upgrade the servers now. Okay, I go to my client and I propose that fix that your server is old and out of support now. We have to be upgrade our server. Client said, okay, can you get the codes for the same? Yes, I can get the codes. I reach out to vendor and they say that the code for this repair or this upgrade will be $5,000. I go back to the customer. I said, boss, this is what the case. Customer said, no, I don't want to be upgraded. I said, if you not upgrade, then tomorrow again this issue will come. Then what to do? Then being a problem manager, I will raise this as a risk and will put into the risk register. We call it as a RAID log. Risk Action Information Decision. Someone say RAAID, someone say RAID. It's look like something this. I just show you one example from the problem management. Here. Risk assumption issues and dependencies. So that if tomorrow the issue happen on that same server, I should not be blamed for the same. In the same manner, we have a risk. It's a central repository of all the potential risk that could occur anytime, anywhere. Could occur. Risk register enables you to monitor and control the risk in your organization. So it is kind of, I can say, the authority document where आपको जहां पर आपको सब कुछ where you get everything. But it is something outside. Means it is not, if you see this picture, you will not find the risk register anywhere. क्योंकि अलग है, which is combining, might be keeping this in one center place. Tomorrow, my company is starting a new department and they want to be associate some risk. So I can go to the control, I can go to the risk register and I can make it. I can say, okay, this can be the risk, this can be the risk, this can be the risk. And ITIL 4 also have a risk management now. Trick. Clear everybody till this point. Without question clarification.
Clear.
Only Rhythm says yes, but nobody else says yes. Okay. Now, if this is the case, let's go to the next part. This we discuss. Okay, we'll come on this part. Risk appetite. What is your appetite, Rhythm?
How much we can absorb in the system.
Observe. It can be in any case. Might be if I say from tomorrow, guys, tomorrow the class will be for the 2 hours. Is your appetite for the 2 hours? Might be yes, might be no. So in the same manner, the concept called the risk appetite is the degree of uncertainty an organization is willing to accept. Go ahead, please. Any question? Now, I know we have this class definitely for people who are from India, still a good time. But for K and myself, it's little odd timings. For me, it's still not, I can say odd. 5 o'clock is not that much odd. To achieve your objective, how much degree you are able to go to uncertainty. It was a very hectic day. Workshop, meetings, little travel as well, family. But still I need to be study it. That is my appetite. This is going to be a useful concept in the actual practical things. When an organization is willing to take high risk, the appetite is high. More profit you want, more risk you want to be take it. Simple funda. But now the question comes, Atul, if appetite is this, then what other stuff in this? ठीक है चलो इसको करते हैं. Then it comes to the tolerance. Sometime now if I say how many of you do the fasting, might be on Navratris, might be on Rosa time period, we do the fasting, right? This is a limit of the tolerance that up to this time I can stay hungry without water, without food. That is what it says. Amount of deviation from organization risk appetite, that is still acceptable. ठीक है, appetite is for the 2 hours, but I can tolerate till the 3 hours if I can achieve that specific objective. Tolerance is sometime. Let's say there is a completely roadways has been shut down, and now you have to go to the by walk. What I told my kid, just 5 minutes, just 5 minutes more, 5 minutes more, 5 minutes more. I know he can tolerate or he can walk up to half kilometer, because I have to be reach time on reach. I have to be reach at home in the daylight only, so I can walk or we can walk a little bit more as well. That is my tolerance, but not more than 1 kilometer he can walk. After that, I have to put him either in the stroller or take in the lab. That is my risk tolerance. होता है ना कि I'm tolerating you a lot. Now it's enough. Every day morning I say, hey, good morning. You just give me a bad look. ठीक है, I can tolerate for 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, but now not possible. That is called threshold. Tolerance and threshold are the two different things. Tolerance threshold says risk threshold is a level of risk exposed above the risk is addressed. If there is a function in my house, I'm happy to spend 50,000 rupees. But my threshold is up to 65,000, not more than that. And I can tolerate that gap. That is risk tolerance. 65,000 is my threshold, but my tolerance can be less. So if you see the next line, anything above the threshold level is beyond what an organization is tolerate. I can tolerate up to 65, but sorry, I can go 65 is my threshold, but I can tolerate till 75 as well. Is beyond what organization is will tolerate. Suppose the tolerate na kar paye itna. Threshold is this much only. Because we have to fix these things in our risk statement, risk when you're generating or defining the risk actually. So if I come back here just to see, inherent risk we discuss, in actions we just say that is mitigation control. Residual risk we just discuss. Target we can skip it, no problem. And this is my threshold value. Clear everybody till this point? Any doubt?
Yeah.
Clear.
Anu, Dhruv, Kiran, Sai, Mahesh, K, Vinod, Hassan,
Hi, Atul.
Manish.
I'm audible.
Yes, you
Clear.
can.
Can you explain a difference in
Thank you.
threshold and the other one you said again, Atul, with the difference?
Tolerance.
Tolerance, yes.
How much or how long you can tolerate me? Tell me. How much or
That's
how? Good, please.
that's the risk tolerance.
Yes.
Okay.
Is
Threshold
it
would be
deviation from the appetite? That if I need to be go live by the end of next month, I have to be extend my hours from 9 to 15. That is my tolerance. 15 तक I can do it. But threshold कितनी है मेरी? Threshold 12 ही है. 12. So it says anything above the threshold level is beyond what an organization will tolerate. 9 hours is my appetite. 15 hours is my tolerance. But threshold is 12 hours. तो जो gap है 3 घंटे का, there's a gap of 3 hours. That is beyond now. Might be you break down and you out. Might be you continue for another 3 hours and you are able to achieve your specific objective. और ये based on the specific parameters है. It's not like generalize, you cannot generalize this. It's on the specific parameter and for a specific objective. I told my wife yesterday that I know that you guys are here with me now, but I'm quite busy in a day. We have to be complete the workshops, we have to be complete the story refinement sessions before July midweek. Otherwise, people will start going on the leave. So please tolerate with me my long hours call. No extra, but within the time period only, I have almost 6 to 7 hours call only. But my threshold is I can take the call 4-hour call or 5-hour call, not the 6 or 7-hour call. But I'm tolerating because I have to achieve a specific objective. Once I got my stories, I got my refinement done, then my day will be more easy. Then in a week only I have just 2 or 3 meetings maximum. Because every risk can be have a different tolerance power, have a different threshold. But appetite will be almost same. So if I come back here in my ServiceNow instance, and if I show you here, we have a risk workspace now, a separate workspace. In the risk workspace also you have an entity entity framework, entity type, entity class. क्योंकि काम तो वहां से भी linking is there. So now you can see risk profile, risk rating, attestation definitely it's be there. Tracking indicators, issues यहाँ पर भी हैं that we see. And if I go back in the list, देखो यार, risk identify, risk assessment, risk response, risk event, issue triage will be there. And if I metric task, not here, not this one, not this one, dashboard little bit. So now from tomorrow, what we'll start, we'll see going in the service now and we'll understand this particular part. Loss event overview. Due to these many risks, this is what the loss. Risk event by state categories, line of business, because overall risk, overall organization has the 100 rupees risk, but how that has been bifurcated in the different areas that we can see in the dashboard level. So now what we'll do, we'll start tomorrow that how these are linked in the service now, what table it has, what role it contains, what role it is required to be run this particular part. And then we'll see how I can generate the risk, how I can create the risk. Risk, when I say the create the risk means, because it's a record for me in the service now. So we have to be created. We have to be link it with the control objective and the entity type and the entities. So this we are going to be start. Now my tables get changed. ये SN compliance था, ये SN risk हो गया. Issues still in there. GRC issues. Clear everybody? Doubt, question, clarification? Good. Let me stop recording now. And we'll take a quick attendance. No problem, Rhythm, that's fine.